that have been in our country for the period of the election for their concern. I condemn in no uncertain terms the isolated incidents of post-electoral violence in Ododo and Techiman that led to a few regrettable deaths. May their souls rest in peace. We must work to avoid the repetition of such events in future.
I'll tell you, our issues as Africans today are issues of the mind. The most dangerous African of today is an African who is colonized, educated or not. Coming from Zimbabwe, I can honestly tell you that the people who are moving Zimbabwe in terms of the awakening are the villagers. They seem to have a better understanding of what is really going on and are less likely to be sold, are less likely to sell their souls. And you must look at the people around you. Some of the most difficult people, I was called by the Africa group at the World Bank one time to address them for their annual event. And I went through all the issues and the pillars of why Africa is where Africa is, and I analyzed the Pact for the Continuation of Colonization that the 14 African former French colonies were meant to sign. I thought everybody understood. At the end of it, two African-born economists working for the World Bank come to me and said, "But Ambassador, why do you keep talking about the Berlin Conference? It's a thing of the past." And to my utter shock, I'd gone through the process of explaining the Berlin Conference and that it is a policy that was put in place in order to see to it that Africa and her children are forever defeated and dominated. And that as long as we have a country called Togo, as long as we have a country called Burkina Faso, as long as we have a country called Malawi, we are defeated. Intentionally so. So these two economists working for the World Bank are the same ones now that are being used as instruments of our own self-destruction. They're the ones that are being sent to Africa to sell policies that are detrimental to Africa's progress. So the question then becomes, what is our education doing for us? And it goes back to the miseducation. The people who are in power are the ones who are failing to stand up and challenge those who are raping us in broad daylight. Pardon my choice of words. I was once asked by one African, "Ambassador, let's try to be nice to these Westerners. Let's not be too direct as we challenge them." And I did ask this brother of mine, I said, "My brother, help me out. How do I tell a man who is raping me to rape me nicely?" I said, "Help me with the language." And this was an educated professor who is advising me to be nice. How long am I going to continue to be nice? Those are the educated people who are sitting in the boardrooms and they choose to be mute. And when they are mute while representing us, that means 1.4 billion Africans are mute. It is not the villager who is sitting at the boardroom table. It is the elite, the educated. So my son, what is our education doing to us? What have we done to undo the colonial education? I hear right here in Ghana, perfect example. There's not a single Kwame Nkrumah book that is required reading in the Ghanaian educational system. Whose problem is that? Most African countries, our educational system is still the colonial educational system. So what do you expect from the leaders that we have today if their education remains colonized? So may I say, the most dangerous person for Africa today is a colonized African. And we must challenge each and every one of us to have a serious conversation with the image in the mirror. Are you colonized? Where do you stand when it comes to issues to do with Africa? How do you feel about the continued exploitation of Africa? How do you feel about neocolonization, imperialism? Do you even understand it? Do you even know what the Berlin Conference means when it comes to your ability to buy bread, to your ability to get a job? Can you connect the dots back to the policies that are designed to keep us where they want us to be? It is the elite, it is the educated who are refusing to challenge the status quo and speak on our behalf, educated or not. So I'd like to answer a question.
We only shifted venue, so the conversation continues. We're in Ghana to start a conversation about Africa. Africa for too long has suffered, and everybody knows the reason why Africa has suffered. People can try to present it in different things. The Prof speaks about it every day. Africa has been going through what it's going through because of what I always say, it is due to one problem: leadership. It is failed leadership over the years that brought Africa where it is. I want to start a conversation because of what Dr. Arikana has said, talking to the youth of Africa. No continent in the world today has the potential of Africa. Not one. We are the second largest in terms of population and size, but our potential is far greater than even number one, because today Africa is the only continent that has a population of 1.1 billion youths, energetic, talented, ready to leave the world in different areas of the world. Africa is home to the biggest, highest amount of natural resources, from minerals to, we have 65% today of the world uncultivated arable land. So imagine what we can do. We can feed the world, we can do everything. But ironically, because of what I started with, failed leadership over the years, Africa is also home to the highest number of poor people. Out of the 700 million people in extreme poverty, 431 million live in Africa. Over 30% of our population. If you go to multidimensional poverty, out of 1.1 billion, over 60% is in Africa, with Congo and Nigeria leading. Today, in the surface of the world, Congo has the highest amount of natural, call it minerals, over 24 trillion. Nigeria has a similar situation. We can extrapolate Congo situation all over Africa, where they have everything, but they are producing poverty. They cannot continue without it. With the energy they have, they can lead the world in technology, in health, in entertainment, in everything. All they want is leadership, purposeful leadership. Africa has what is, look at its wealth, resources, shamelessly stolen, put in private pockets. Cannot continue. So we are just here to continue conversation, not about any country, anything, but talking to the youth of Africa to know that they can change the world. They can change the way things are in Africa. Africa should not be a continent where people come to beg or plead for aid. We should be contributing to aid other people with the resources we have. And that's what we
believe in our to create a middle income economy without being a part of the government. Why so? Because I believe it's part of my responsibility. I took a different path. My movement, my foundation, my groups, and all of this have acquired some wealth. But the wealth that I reimbursed back into society, it has become a part of my mission to make this change. I believe that I belong to Africa. I am a son of this soil, and I can add value to humanity. And I came here to do that. I came here to add value to this world and to nature. I am not going to live here without God even being proud of me. And when I'm not here also, I want you to remember that I came. And I want my absence to be felt. And for that reason, I know you're looking for the man. And the man in the mask is sitting in front of you. I have nothing to be scared of. I came to you as your salvation. I don't invest in myself alone. I am investing in you. And truly, these innocent leaders sitting beside me, of course I will not go to them and tell them that, hey, I am a man in a mask and I want you to come to Ghana to support me to do this and this. And this man of this dignity and this woman with such power will say, yes, I'm going to follow you to come to Ghana to do your convention and all of that. No. It is part of the movement.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, Happy New Year to you. Good morning, and you're welcome to Good Morning Ghana here on Metro TV. My name is Anya Fompo, sitting in for Dr. Randy Abbey, obviously. I think some of you are aware that he just turned 50 just over the weekend, and we did some activity to celebrate him. So on this occasion, I really want to start the show by wishing Dr. Randy Abbey all the best. Happy birthday, and we hope that you actually move on into the next blessing of the faith in your life, and we pray for God's guidance for your health and your family as well. Well, and also on that note, let me also remind you that Good Morning Ghana turned 22 years yesterday. I think because it was a holiday, and people were still reveling, so we decided to give you a repeat of the program. But yesterday, Good Morning Ghana was 22 years, or it turned 22 years. I'm sure Doctor will tell us a lot when he returns. But for now, let me also remind you that that's what we're doing. So we're celebrating the program that you have so loved and so supported. And we pray that you continue to support us in everything that you do, as far as and as long as you continue to be with the GMG family. So, welcome once again to the 9th of January 2024 election year. There's going to be a lot to be rolled out on the program. So, sit back and have your seatbelts strapped and get ready for the 2024 ride. It's going to be very interesting, and I hope you don't miss any of the segments that will come up on the program each day of the week. Let's go straight into the newspapers and then we'll get into discussion. I start off with the Daily Graphic, and it says, protect Constitution by ensuring peaceful, transparent election, NCCE. Unsuccessful election petition should attract sanctions, Dr. Afarijan. Constitution Day celebration. Don't overhaul Constitution. Strengthen public institutions. GES harmonizes code of conduct for pre-tertiary schools. ADB shareholders approve 2 billion capital injection. Daily Guide. I'm the masked man, Cheddar reviews. Further for IGP Dampare, and we'll also have 2024 election must be free, fair. Nana. GIFEC makes digitization strides. Baumia opens Na Sheriga Sports Complex. The New Crusading Guide. Bakavuma War prays for stay of proceedings in Kandapa's suit. Appoint Anakan as Baumia's running mate. Party supporters. Cheddar's Pan-Africanism, a veil for his presidential ambitions. It's a question. Ablekuma West delegates praise Ursula Wusu initiating more developmental projects. Bosumi Frehu MPP primary. Kwame Asafweji Aye dragged to court. And the top right corner says, Occupy Ghana fight OSP over investigations on alleged bribery against majority caucus in parliament. Well, I had the Punch this morning. Offensive North MPP parliamentary primaries, Dr. Fred Che Asamoah is number 1 on the ballot. We left Ghana over LGBTQ plus threats. 3 Ghanaians labeled homosexuals lament. One to me allegedly disrespects Otumfuo at MPP vetting. Amagachi Herbal Clinic CEO donates to over 700 patients. Asokwa MP sleeps too much in Parliament. Change her. NPP chairman. Ahafano North Fosu Frimpong picks number 2 on the ballot ahead of the MPP primaries. That's MPP parliamentary primaries. Daily Post. Start preparing your handing over notes as you get here to MPP. Stop unleashing thugs, rogues on voters. Mahama to Akufo-Addo. Leadership crisis hits MPP headquarters as Kudia seeks more power. If you want peace, work for justice. Paul Deceit. Economy Times. Banks to unlock credits to private sector. Local rice farmers record low patronage. Mahama to restore Ghana's economy. And that's on the front page of the Economy Times for all the papers as well. Let's now take a break. We will be back and we'll go into the discussion.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security guard to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
On my long and stressful days, I long for the refreshing company of my favorite companion.
Wow, my favorite.
Tomato onions, no tomatoes.
Hi. Oh, hello. Please, I need to know the drink you were enjoying earlier at the shop.
Sure. Even on Sundays in the markets, nothing is for one.
Makuma swaji. Guess what I brought?
A refreshing companion for you and I.
My favorite.
Angel Drinks. Nyamepe, nyawenijihu.
This advert is FDA approved.
Anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath.
I'm a fair missy way.
Repacho Bantama.
Machasi.
It's her smile.
The fresh breath.
Me, Jidi said we use Cal 360 toothpaste. Some kind. Cal 360 toothpaste.
That's Kia. Cal 360 toothpaste. It's a gum protector. Onim jom kasan. Ile kosan. Cal 360 did the way. It's cool mint. Gives me fresh breath and your confidence booster.
You will see so feeling when you know Cal 360 toothpaste.
Happy smile.
Cal 360 toothpaste, anti-cavity, gum protection, brighter teeth, and fresh breath. Cal, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved.
Discover the perfect blend of quality, modern elegance, and affordability with Kingdom Home Real Estate. At Kingdom Home Real Estate, we cater to both local and international clients, offering exceptional housing options in Abbey and Electoral. Our properties are conveniently located, providing a tranquil atmosphere, top-notch security, and essential amenities such as electricity, water, and backup generators. Our strategic locations offer easy access to popular tourist destinations, all within a 30-minute drive from Accra. Visit us in Electoral right after the Latte Junction, or in Abbey near the Abbey Girls Senior High School. Alternatively, you can reach us Kingdom Home Real Estate, where your dream home becomes a reality.
My son, there's more blessing in giving than receiving. When you fear for you and cover the makers in Sranu.
The pneumatological abrasion of the Lord revealed unto me this night that me and my household should go out into the world and bless the world.
Makers Electronics Company Limited. I'm up to 67% discount. Our selected appliances.
This is what I call quintessential immaculatability.
The Makers Electronics Company Limited. Ewo Taifa Burkina Highway. Amasama Zongo Junction. Edike Pharmacy Dining. Oyer Fateman Boga Junction. Ashaman Valco Flat. Kumasi. Ahinema Kokobin. Asafubuachi Hospital Junction. Takwani. Efiekuma. Number 9 Market.
Tell mom and dad about the Makers Blessing Attack program.
From 0552 222 253 and 0552 222 254. Terms and conditions apply.
We are back bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bet. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the Partial Daily Jackpot. You always get way more with Betway. And you might see. This adverts have been vetted and approved by
biggest car center in Ghana, offering unparalleled round-the-clock service in autos and accessories. Nadam Autofix is the biggest distributors of used tires in Ghana, offering first-grade second-hand car tires of all rim sizes at both wholesale and retail prices. We are also the leading name in car sensor diagnostics, corrections and sales of car accessories. We excel in car washing and detailing with state-of-the-art steam engine washing machines that keep water away from your engine, ensuring a clean, healthy and responsive engine. Nadam Autofix, the first name in servicing, car accessories and car washing. Visit us today and experience the world of class difference. Find us today at Asoridaho, directly opposite Dansoman KFC and the Shell filling station. For more details, you can call us on 0503 244 266 or 0535 339823. Nado Motofix, Wukwain Sunyonko Papa.
All right, you're welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana, and let me now, for the first time this year, let me welcome Honorable Member of Parliament for the Tamale North Constituency, Al-Hassan Shaibu Sohini, and he's also on the Appointment Committee in Lands and Forestry. So you're welcome. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Happy
Annie.
New Year.
Thank you very much for
Thank
having
you.
me.
Thank
Happy
you
New
for
Year to
Happy
you
New
too,
Year.
and
Happy New Year.
Many, many happy returns.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I will introduce Sylvester Tete. You know, as soon as he walks in, I'm sure he will join us very soon in the studio. But let me just remind you that MTN is still with us in 2024, as it's offering you, you know, some goodies. So this year, if it's not going to be so good for you, you probably want to log on to the MTN Momo season, and it says that there's something for everyone. So you download the Momo app and Play Store app on the Play Store app and use Momo Pay for your day-to-day transactions. Okay, so to a merchant, either through the QR code or through the merchant ID, and stand a chance of winning 1,000 Ghana cedis weekly, right? Every week you have a chance of winning 1,000 Ghana cedis and other amazing prizes as well. So our merchants are also not left out. Rewards of the rewards, the payments, and the wins as well. So keep using Momo Pay or Momo app and get rewarded. You visit the Momo merchant application.mtn.com.gh. All right, Momo merchant application.mtn.com.gh for Momo business accounts today. It's a Momo season. It says just Momo. Also reminding you that Kel Kids toothpaste is also still with us. And if you find it difficult brushing your children's teeth, just go for Kel Kids toothpaste, which is flavored with strawberry. So it makes it very easy and, you know, sweet. It has a good flavor for the children to just develop the interest of brushing their teeth themselves, right? So Kel Kids toothpaste prevents child's gum, it protects the child's gum and also prevents cavities. It makes the teeth strong and healthy with freshness all day. And it's recommended for children between just the ages of 2 and 6, ages of 2 and 6 years. It's a product from Samara Company Limited. Kel Kids toothpaste, it says that happy smell is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Also, your lift and elevators says that if you have you know, difficulty enjoying the labor that you have put in, you want to go for lift and elevators, as they are ready to put in some lifts for you in your homes. It will carry your goods as well. For 3 days, they can just fix it just when you call on them. It says that lift and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. They're simple and self-supported as well. So lift and elevators are Sakumono. Call them on 0200-535-515 or send an email to elevators@gmail.com, elevators@gmail.com for consultations on the best solutions. And they will help you use your home very comfortably. Also, Amin is here. Amin Alternative Medical Hospital. The season when a lot of you eating things. I don't know what you eat in your homes, but definitely some chickens, especially the frozen ones. So if you want to, you know, check your health after this holiday season that you probably have gone off the healthy way of living, you want to go and have some checks at the Amin Alternative Medical Hospital. And it is one of the best alternative medicine hospitals in Ghana today for all your health consultations, counseling, physiotherapy, and homeopathic medicine. Amin Alternative Hospital has the best for you. And it also is the first to modernize the herbal and homeopathy medicine in Ghana. The most obscure ailments can be diagnosed and taken care of by Amin Alternative Medical Hospital. It's at Klagon on the Lashibi Ashaman Road near the Underbridge. From Monday to Saturday, they work from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Sunday, they work from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Call them on 0207-229-505 or 0244-227-192 to book your appointments. Amin Alternative Hospital says God is the healer. And just when I started, I had the Member of Parliament for Botiano English Manfo, Sylvester Tete, just walk in, preparing and gearing up for the primaries. How far? Good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Annie.
Happy New Year, my brother Suhini.
Yes,
Happy New Year to our viewers. Let me say a very good morning to my constituents, my campaign team members, who are the entire delegates in the constituency. They are part of my campaign team. So from the Council of Elders to the last person, everybody is a member of my campaign team. So I greet them especially this morning. And let me also wish one of my ardent supporters, hard-working communicators in the constituency, Nana Mpra. It's his birthday today.
Nana what?
Nana Mpra.
Mpra.
We call him Biggie. So it's his birthday today. And then congratulations to another hard-working young man, Suleko. He named his daughter this morning. Congratulations to him and the family.
I thought you were going to say he named the daughter after you.
No, not at all. Not at all. So that was a brief ceremony this morning.
Yeah.
And it's not easy. You can feel from my voice. A season like this, from Christmas to primaries, you can imagine. We have about 18 days to go. For the primaries, we're still counting the days. The most refreshing moment is where you know you are winning emphatically. It's not just any win, but it's going to be a win that will make a statement. I've been quite doing what I know how to do best, and I'm grateful to my former Member of Parliament, Honorable Alhaji Habib Saad, who I defeated in the last primaries. He's thrown his weight behind me.
Oh, he's come on board?
Of course.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's come on board. I visited him, and he said to a lot of people over there that, look, I'm a Muslim, and I believe that whatever has happened has been ordained by God. He thinks that we are in one party. He has followed what I've done in the constituency over the last 3 years, and he thinks that those contesting me, he doesn't see anybody capable, one, of winning the constituency for us and maintaining it, or do the kind of work I'm doing. So he thinks that I should be supported to have my second term. I'm grateful to him. And then to almost everybody. This Christmas, I went everywhere with the Municipal Chief Executive to greet our people, beyond the delegate, to the communities as well, to reach out to them. So for me, it's business as usual. I know that come 27 January 2024, in Tuba, obviously, the party is going to make an emphatic statement, and I have no doubt. My wish is that those contesting me should have a big heart to come on board after the defeat. That is why I have not been making very hard statements. I've been showing what I've been able to do in the last 3 years, and I asked for another round of term to be able to continue what we are doing best. As for the NDC, obviously, there's no contest between my good self and the NDC candidate in December 2027. Once we cross our primaries, obviously, will win the seat again. My wish is that the party will remain united, and I've made that commitment to the rank and file of the party, that I will lead a united party. I met a party with executives. We've worked together. Even those who are against me, I still have the heart to invite them over this Christmas. We still talk. They are my friends. Some of them are advised, and I ask them, well, you give the impetus of a contest, and I don't hold anything against you. We'll continue to work together as a party. Once after competition, there must always be cooperation. And I urge all of them to be able, in fact, those contesting, they are all party people. Once you've been able to go through primaries, you've been vetted successfully, and the party has cleared you to contest, irrespective of whatever anyone says. It means you are a member in good standing. We must all endeavor to the energy with which they are campaigning now. I want to see that energy with me ahead of the 2024 elections after January 27. I have so much respect for my delegates and what I've seen so far. I mean, I thank God for it, that people are keenly following what we are doing. One, for the party, for the constituency, and for the good people of Ghana. So far, so good. But of course, it goes without a very deep pocket. So as my brother went on the post as he's sitting here, I will extend
Christmas and primaries all together.
Yes, you can imagine. He went on the post. So Honorable Suhini, as you sit right by me, you know what it takes to go through a delegate of almost 1,200.
I'm not surprised that my brother walked in with an open mouth.
It's like
after introducing him, he didn't say anything, and then he just went on the greeting spree of
the greeting was a plea.
Yeah,
Constituents, I beg
just after introducing you didn't say anything.
But
I thought he was getting up.
On a more serious note, it tells you how contests, humbles every politician, and it also brings out the best in people. And I went unopposed the last time, but I still relish the moment that I had a contest, I think in 2019, where it, made me dig deeper into myself, to defend my record and my ability to represent the constituency the first time I was elected as Member of Parliament. Moving forward, I'm grateful to the constituents that the last time I did not have a contest. But I can just, imagine what those who are having a contest this time around especially are going through. And I'm not surprised that my brother is in the mood and in the spirit that he is in. Because you see, I don't know what went into the decision of the NPP to put their primaries around the time that they have put it. I don't know what they intended to achieve with that, because it's so wrong given the nature of our politicking. I mean, Christmas, New Year, primaries, my God. I mean, it's a cocktail of landmines. Yeah. Somebody can just make a decision to vote or not to vote because perhaps during Christmas you either drove past his house without stopping during Christmas, and that's enough for the person to either vote for you or vote against you. Or he had somebody got some liter of oil or hamper and he didn't. I mean, and then you add New Year to it. Meanwhile, the whole contest already brings about its own costs. If you have a contest at any other time,
a cost that you brought upon yourselves as politicians.
That is.
It's not a requirement.
That is really not.
I mean, I can understand
that is not
where you're coming from, but maybe it also will benefit us in a way by restricting and controlling your expenditure. I have seen, especially during election
no, there's
times.
No way. I'm telling you that the only time, unless the candidate doesn't want to win, the only time you may be, the only time you may be able to control expenditure is when it is not fixed around festive seasons like this. Festive seasons are already seasons of giving.
Yeah.
People give. And so more is expected of you, the politician. And that's why I was saying that it is not fair to say that, to just conclude that the politicians bring this cost upon themselves. There are actually research reports that have shown that these costs are demanded. In fact, only yesterday or 2 days ago, I was watching the news where the NCC, was cautioning, citizens from the demands that they make of politicians. Look, honey, today, this morning, when I woke up, I'm not in a contest, but the first message I got came at 5:55 a.m. Honey. And the person, I don't want to mention the name, says,
just read the message.
That it is with a heavy headache for him to ask for help again. And this is a constituent.
Again.
And it has to do with school fees. I won't go further. That was 5:55 a.m. The next one came at 6:11 a.m. And it's also, please, I need your help so that they will employ me in any of the institutions. This is an electrician looking for a job. Do you understand? I'm telling you, these are the next. You want me to read the next one? The next, just so many. And they are all about, requests. So to say that politicians bring it upon themselves is not entirely true, and it is not fair. And let me also be candid that the need in our society is such that you cannot blame those who also make the requests that they make. Yes, some people take advantage of that and they abuse the benevolence or the good heart of those who are willing to share the little that they have. And those who share is not because they have so much, you know, but some people will abuse that. But I'm saying that the system is so hard, the country is so broke, the need levels in our society makes it, you know, practical for people to make the demands that they make. And so you cannot blame the politician for the cost, and you cannot also blame the people who actually make the request of the politician to support. We all have to work together to improve our economy, to improve, you know, the opportunities for growth for people. And I'm sure when we get there, then we can begin to address these issues of dependency that is so rife in our society. But I really envy, I don't envy, I don't envy my colleagues in the MPP who are in the race around this time. And I can just imagine the cost that they have had to deal with as a result of this whole contest and the fact that it has been scheduled around this time, that there is so much expectation from delegates. But I mean, talking about this is just a digression. Some of the text messages I got, one that I also got, which is a sad one on my way here, was from one of my very hardworking branch executives in the Larone, Lobisco area, informing me of the sad passing of one of our very, very hardworking and old, you know, comrades in the constituency. I mean, in the constituency, yes, but in that area, he is the NDC chairman for that area. I don't want to put out the name yet because it is too early in the morning, and then it just happened, and they just texted to inform me. Perhaps the family members and those who should be properly informed about the death may have not heard it. So I do not want to put out the name yet, just so that at least I do not break any protocols when it comes to breaking the news to those who have to be in charge of breaking the news to the appropriate people. But it is sad news from the Larone Nobisco area, and my heartfelt condolences to all comrades and party members in that community, because he is somebody that a lot of people looked up to and took inspiration from when it came to organizing the party in the area. May his soul rest in perfect peace. And I wish Sly the very best of luck.
How many people are contesting you?
Not only that.
No, let me put it this way. How many people are calling your bluff?
I'm in opposition. What do you expect?
Two people.
What can I do for you in opposition?
You are not in opposition. If I've seen the parties thrown by our NDC colleagues this year.
Are you talking about parties that the president has been attending since we went to IMF?
NDC members of parliament, functionaries are thrown this Christmas.
Were you in those parties?
I've seen a lot of them.
You've seen it in videos?
I've seen videos, and they posted them. I was scared.
That was?
Charlie, the guys are still
they are not in opposition.
So I know what Swahili can do. He knows what to do.
You know, the other day I met a senior colleague of mine, Mr. Clifford Bremer, Dr. Clifford Bremer.
Yeah.
Let me say good morning to him. I met him, I think about a year ago at the airport, and he was like, you are still looking good though. Right, the opposition doesn't like you. And I started thinking to myself, so this whole thing about, you know, being in government and in opposition, you want to see opposition people looking wretched and looking miserable or what?
So, yeah, but that's the message. You see, that's why I, to a certain extent, I say that some of the luxury things, you people bring it upon yourselves. Because you, even in your communication, you make it look like when you're in government, or when you are in a
you are better
public office, you're better off. So the people feel like, well, you can help. You know, you even by your own communication, you give yourself.
And you see, when I ask for help from my brother, he says, "Oh, you know, I'm in opposition."
Yeah.
I mean, helping me does not. I mean,
then why do you want to be in government? Why are you struggling and calling on people and telling the viewers how you would defeat the NDC?
Oh, I'm not.
If it doesn't make a difference.
No, the difference is in development. The difference is in development. The difference is in development.
So that's the development, and I'm saying that because I mean, giving you support is developing you, is helping you in development.
So one person that's not in opposition or in government.
Not at all.
Yeah, is the king of this platform. Dr. Randy Abbey, who celebrated his birthday. The both of you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
I didn't see
Don't
that
bring
is
up
my
that
problem.
fight here this morning.
No, I'll bring it out.
Don't bring it.
I'll bring it out. So I captured almost everybody but Sly.
Yeah.
Look,
you saw me.
I saw you. In fact, okay. So when I say I captured, I won't say it maybe by camera, by my eyes.
You didn't see me.
I didn't see you.
What were you wearing?
Honestly, I didn't see.
I was wearing white. Okay, why is?
Oh, you were wearing.
I was even dancing. I started dancing with.
No,
Randy.
I was not here. I was.
Okay, yes, you were at the party.
I was at the.
I was at the church.
Okay.
You were at the party yesterday.
Watch carefully.
I mean, yeah, 2
days ago. Watch carefully. I was sitting right behind your former running mate.
Nana Jane.
Nana Jane. I was sitting right behind her with Honorable Natoshi Ado. So you couldn't have missed me.
So you see, as
besides,
for Natoshi,
I entered with Honorable Natoshi and Jane Nana Ado. And then
maybe because Natoshi is a woman, she took all the
I was on a dancing floor. I was on a dancing floor.
Why are you looking out for men?
I was on a dancing floor. I can describe your dress, what you were wearing, your shoes.
This is Professor Nana Jane. But
yes, I was sitting right behind. I was on a dancing floor with Randy and all that. What are you talking about? You didn't see me?
But okay, why didn't you call my attention?
You were so busy.
It doesn't matter. Everybody was calling my attention. Oh.
You were so busy, so watch carefully. I was there. So I'm shocked. She called to attack me that I didn't show up at the party.
That was because I didn't even catch him.
I wasn't at the party. I was at the church service. Right from there, I attended another wedding ceremony in my constituency.
But it was, by the way, it was a beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
And I mean, to get that kind of love, to get that caliber of people,
Archbishop
to come and
William
celebrate you at 50.
He's a relational person.
You know, he did a special Saturday service for him.
Yes.
Which we were all grateful for. I was surprised. There was no special program, but for that, I'm told by his daughter that he had to cancel his trip somewhere and be there for this program, for the church service and everything. So that was really.
It's clear that Randy in the last couple of
you didn't come to PBS. You should have seen what happened.
Many
I had some
other family in this country, and he deserved every bit of the celebration.
So Jan Pofanka, you know Jan Pofanka, right?
Yeah,
you know Jan Pofanka. So he said, I think in shock, he said there are some people he hadn't seen in decades, but for Randy. And he brought all of them, together. Pibiasa was packed there to the fullest.
I mean, when was the last time you had him attend, any program or function apart from the last funeral that he, had to, oversee of his wife, the funeral of his wife, of course. He was there. I mean, Alan Chermanton was there. Sylvester's boss was there. And why? Is that not his boss? And
I saw myself in the picture. That's why I'm laughing. It's not for sight.
Oh, it's not.
Mind your business.
It's not because
mind your business.
That is like. And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was there with the wife Lordina Mahama
and former President Kufuor.
They were not at the church.
No, they were not at the church, but they were at the party. Surprisingly. They were at the party, not the church.
I know that the former first lady was in Tamale. She was in Tamale. I think she came back that Saturday from Tamale. And I also know that the former President John Mahama was also Kintampo or Techiman somewhere.
So you also came
back?
back?
Yes, and also came back, I think, that Saturday. And so it was impossible for them to have been there on Saturday, and I'm sure that is why they spent almost the entire evening, even when the rains tried to disrupt the program with Randy and the guests. It was beautiful, it was organic, it was lovely, and it was a beautiful chaos. It was a very beautiful chaos. And I say congratulations to Dr. Randy Abbey. May God continue to bless him with many, many more years in good health, and bless his family as well. 50 was wonderfully celebrated, and it showed the impact that he has made.
The impact of
society.
A 22-year-old program as well, which is good.
And the cake. We cannot finish without talking about the TV cake. Oh my goodness.
I do have a
that was
picture.
Beautifully crafted, and it really highlighted who Randy is and how he's noted for in the last couple of years. I mean, the football by the side, a team manager, GFA, sports commentator, turned sports administrator, team owner, and
is an all-round person.
A typical example of Jack of all trades.
A typical Randy is he still kept all his friends in different spheres of life. I've seen very, very old friends, those he started with every field, in football, in politics, in sport, in media. I mean, these are people, Malika, Kubako, you can name them. And what the man said that day, that is a relational person, and that's a very good take home. And I think that I don't know how to describe him, but he's lived the kind of description people are giving to him. And I think that for me, he's my pram brother, and for that reason, we are hoping that a small party will be thrown at Pram. Unfortunately, that was the weekend.
Say it again. We will come to Pram.
Of course,
I promise you.
That was the weekend we were burying former Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram, Honorable Yiti Mensah. So look at me, look at me. Look at me.
Oh,
see you.
Pause.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Finally, they have
Thank you to the team.
So you know this lady, I'm sure she's the aide to the former running mate. So she was sitting right.
Okay, yes, it's true. She walked in with her.
Yes, I
saw her.
Yes,
she walked in
so
with her.
And I was right behind her.
You could have just, tapped me or something. Or you were said you would tap one places.
The mood was
Annie just wanted to be
recognized.
You should have reported yourself. That's all.
I should have done that.
No, those I
just
didn't
report
see.
Yourself.
They called me, Annie, and I responded, even though I was busy. I'm not happy I didn't see you.
But you've seen me now.
Well, on TV, it's not fair. On TV, it's not fair. So I'm reminding you that the man that we're celebrating today is the one that has held this program, started the program from the scratch and held it for 22 damn years. And
you say
well, good years. Good years, yeah. And I think a big thank you also to lovers of this program.
Yeah.
If viewers control this program, I'm telling you.
You know what? It got to a time I thought Randy has outgrown the program. So he was even going to quit.
No.
Then it gets better.
Yes.
Seriously speaking. I mean, it gets to a time that man has moved on, he's gone to GFA.
Yeah.
I mean, we were all pushing him to go for GFA presidency. We thought that what he's still doing on set. But I think he's kept his composure and it gets better year after year. And you will not stop coming to Metro TV Good Morning Ghana. You can't stop coming.
And the amazing thing about this program also that you can't find on any other program is its spontaneity.
Yes.
When he's
yes.
I mean, it's it gets unpredictable.
Very.
And so when you think it is just newspaper headlines,
No.
and
It's a
you
different
think you
thing
may have
altogether.
already listened to another paper headlines or another morning show somewhere, you will later on find out that you have missed a lot. And so you are glued to it, whether you like it or not, the following day, because you don't know what's going to happen next. Like
look at another.
You can tell that
amazing way
it's one uniqueness of the program.
Yeah.
You know, I host the ladies on Mondays, and sometimes when they ask for topics, you know, the ladies sometimes they want to be pumped. So they'll ask for topics.
They are talking about.
They'll come after you.
No, she's talking about ladies as if
I'm
she's
dead. I'm dead. So they'll ask you what topics. I say, oh, this one is on, this one is on. Then Margot will say, Annie, don't ask her for topics. To surprise you. Then, you know, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'm just learning from Randy. Because you ask Randy, what are we discussing? He will say, I don't even know.
The things are still trending.
The
the news is still rolling.
Yeah, seriously
speaking.
We can't even predict what this year is going to be like. And of course, for me, the bond of friendship, I mean, all of us who comes on this program, look, trust me, at Honorable Yeti Master's funeral, I met this woman, very elderly woman.
Oh, and may he rest in peace. He was buried over the weekend.
Over the weekend. And she is reputed, she designed the school uniform. I've forgotten her name. And she said, I've always been watching you on Metro TV. Almost all the people I don't know, they accost me in public. In fact, this year, Rapaholic, I went to Rapaholic this year, and then before I entered, there was a stance, a drink stance, and somebody said, please, don't go past her. Everything you take is on me because of Metro TV.
Oh.
So I took some cocktail, and he said,
that's Colin Sadomako Mensah's story.
Yeah.
So there was one time he called me, and he was so grateful. I think the words he spoke, he couldn't say the same thing to Randy, but he could say the same to me. He could say them to me. So he said he, traveled outside. I think it was London, and someone saw him on London streets, and it was because of Good Morning. He is fairly new in the space, So it was because he had been on other platforms, but it was Good Morning Ghana that he was recognized for. So I was very,
a lot more
pleased
people, you meet them,
that.
and then the first thing they identify you with is Good Morning Ghana, Metro TV. I got that a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe the greeting to his powerful. Good morning, Ghana.
Good morning.
It's as simple as that. Good morning,
But
America.
trust me,
Good morning.
people, the day, look, I hardly watch television in the morning because a lot of meetings and all that. But I always put, if I'm not here, it's still on Metro TV. So I want to know how the discussion is going, what is happening. So most people, it's difficult not to watch Good Morning Ghana. It's very, very difficult not to watch. But we wish him well. He's done so well for this country at 50, 22 years of he's
blessed.
I mean, it's amazing. That,
and for those of us who had the opportunity to work with him, I didn't dream, ever. Like they say, man proposes, God disposes. I didn't dream of how, I was going to work ever. Because first of all, he was a sports person.
Yeah.
And I was not in the sports space. Then he shifted into politics, and I was somewhere else. I just don't know how I started working with him. And he has benefited me a lot. I just will use the opportunity to say thank you to Doctor. Amazing man to work with, even though I'm a woman. I'm telling you, he gives me so much challenge. Yes.
You should begin to teach.
He gives me so much challenge. You people don't know. It's easy when you see the pictures. The pictures don't say anything. So much challenge, A doctor who is a journalist, how can you produce a person of that nature? I mean,
it's amazing.
He's a researcher himself. So if you don't research, what will you do? So yes. So thank you, Doctor.
We wish him well. We wish him well. We want to have more of him going forward. And I think that is, he's not conflict his relationship with his beliefs in politics. That's one good thing. When he's talking to you as you.
Yeah.
His inclination in politics does not interfere in his friendship with you.
It always beats my mind.
That's amazing.
This man is not a politician. How come he knows too much about politics?
No, but Randy has been a political enigma for a very long time. People
anyway, politics is
very,
politics.
very long.
Doesn't really matter where you are.
At one point in time, we're hoping that he was going to take up the Odododio seat.
Randy,
he knows about this.
Randy has been a politician all his life. Maybe he has not been
an active partisan.
A partisan, politician, consistently. But you recall that even the history of Alhaji and Alhaji, the mother of all talk shows on Radio Gold, is never complete without the input of Randy Abbey and how they started the show. First on, I think, Vibe FM before it moved to Radio Gold and all that. So he's been that active in our political space, even though his interest, I think his first love, has always been sports. But he's also kept an eye on the social and political space. And that is how he, even as a sports reporter, sports commentator, could feature on political and social platforms to also talk about politics. I mean, and he has used the opportunity to be in the public space, either through sports or political commentating, to build networks across the various political parties and across the various sports disciplines. And through that network, he has built a very big net worth, which is celebrated, today. And for me, that should be a lesson, for all of us, and especially those even younger than us. That look, at 28, he started working at this. I'm sure it started even way before 28. So you are not too young to start building to attain a life that Randy has today at 50 or even better at 50. You are not too young to start now. And at 50, I can see that the future is out there for him. More conquests, await him. And we can only wish him the very best of luck. And I am excited, and I have picked one or two lessons from the way he was able to get celebrated by people from different shades of opinion. I mean, if you say the Archbishop had to set up a whole, service just in honor of him, it tells you how spiritually alive he has been, And if you look at people in entertainment, people in media, people in sports, people in politics, who came together to Pediasi, and people in business, who came to Pediasi to celebrate him, it tells you that indeed there is a lot to gain in being a relational person, in keeping relationship with people that you meet and work with at every point in time. And I say congratulations once again.
Have you heard him preach before?
No.
Well, he's preached to me in this studio before.
Oh, preached.
And I was shocked.
Preached.
You read the Bible too.
But you can't be there with the Archbishop without preaching.
I've seen him in other areas.
You can't be with the Archbishop
without reading your Bible and being very.
Of course.
No, he can be quoting Bibles, and when he has to quote the Bible, it has to fit in his life.
And I realize that Randy don't dance at church because the bishop said he's always at this corner observing, watching what's going on. But this time they want him to come to the dance.
You know what he ended up doing? I was standing at the back looking. I said, "They say you should come and dance. You are not greeting people." He just changed their thing. He started greeting people. I said, "Why are you greeting?" They said, "Dance." Anyway, so some of you, just a few messages on Facebook. Someone says, Joe Bunsen says, Randy is a hard-working guy who does exhaustible research on subjects he deals with. He remains bold, and you can never bully him. Well, that's true. Sometimes I see Nana Kumia trying to bully us, and Nana, you can't bully Randy, So, and they are friends, so of course, I'm sure he understands. Says Randy is godly with truth. No one like our religious leader. We need to learn a lot from him. I followed Randy. This is a cool traveler. I followed Randy Abbey since Choice FM days, right? So he had a political show on Saturdays. Okay.
Yeah.
So Raymond Francis says, happy belated doctor. Musa Wakiki says, good morning, Annie. I hope you and your panelists are all good comrades. And the victory of the NDC is coming again. And the people say, hey, Joe Bodo. Okay. Ankara Rashida says that belated happy birthday to Dr. Randy. Good morning, Annie. I hope you all are doing well. We're doing well, and we're celebrating Good Morning Ghana at 22 and Randy Abbey at 50, right? So that's why we've had a lot to talk about him and of course the show as well. And we hope that we're going to have a good ride with you 2024. It's an election year, definitely. So a lot to talk about. Let's take a break.
Before that, let's wish Ferguson a very happy birthday
today.
He is also a loyal follower of this program
and maybe a loyal follower of Randy Abbey.
A mischievous partner of Randy Abbey. Ferguson, happy birthday to you.
Did you see him reading news during the holidays?
No, I think I might have missed
it.
I was.
I'll look for the video and send it to your
WhatsApp.
That would
be amazing.
Yes. I'll send it to your WhatsApp.
I'd like to watch it.
Because
Ferguson, happy birthday.
Anyway, so happy birthday. What's it? Supremo. Happy birthday to you. Let's take a break. When we come back, I think we'll touch on some of the issues that happened 2023, and 2024 has started hard and strong with some tough talk that's already happening. We'll be back shortly.
Pascal is showing his boss the efficient new technology they've installed. She is pleased, but now she's asking, why is that still there? Pascal explains that he hired a security goat to protect the data shed. The boss is not so pleased anymore. If you haven't upgraded to cloud storage yet, it's time to get business done better with MTN Business.
Good afternoon, Mr. Ampedu.
Good afternoon, Mr. Asari.
How is business doing?
My business is collapsing.
Why is your business collapsing?
I sold my products and services to my clients on credit, and my debtors are not paying their debts.
Have you heard of Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company operating in all the 16 regions of Ghana?
Not at all.
Mr. Ampedu, all you need to do is to contact them on their customer service line. I recommend Rosic Consult Limited, a debt recovery company to financial institutions, businessmen and businesswomen, other companies, and also individuals. Rosic Consult has 98.4% debt recovery rate. We have professional debt recovery managers. You are assured of swift debt recovery. No recovery, no commission. For Rosic Consult Limited, no more write-offs. And we pre-finance the recovery ourselves.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calcate's Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, ticky whiter, ticky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calcates. Happy smile.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, they say. But as humans, aging and physical infirmity stands our way of enjoying our mansions and homes. It often becomes challenging, if not impossible, to use our stairways day in, day out. With portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators, PVs, you are assured of unlimited enjoyment of your mansions and homes. It's a self-supported elevator for vertical movement of humans and goods at homes and offices. The original comes in 3 custom-made models models with wheelchair accessibility. Call it luxury, but it's a necessary imperative for vertical mobility. Do not let aging or infirmity limit you. Get one for your easy vertical mobility at home. It's affordable and can be installed in just 3 days without modification to your existing building. It's however easier to incorporate it at the construction stage. We also have traditional Fuji elevators and escalators for your high-rise buildings and malls. Visit Lifts and Elevators Company Limited at Sakumono for your elevators nationwide. For free consultation to call or WhatsApp us on 0200-535-515. Lifts and Elevators, the elevator people.
Rada isro eteye simani sui doctor say me nkoye operation cataract surgery isro
minia usro sesi Dr. Agawa ama operation ya ye simple okrom ha won say sesi ade no ABS
ABS eno so ne de
ABS na chese no anesthesia no bleeding no suture won't na hospital hokra nche obeji di say nra me koye surgery
sa
ene se me di ye medwuma na you se me need a clear
wow na simple sa o se hospital by no
Dr. Agawa's Eye Hospital no Bentesa no police station wa from Neya was 0501-534-498 and 0553-019-311.
Dr. Agawa's Eye Hospital for eyes like new.
To health's a solution.
For over 20 years of serving the world with herbal and alternative medicine, we've been successful in treating complicated medical conditions with a perfect combination of herbal and alternative methods of treatments like homeopathy, naturopathy, reflexology, and many more. We deliver excellent and effective service to people from all walks of life through scientific and traditional means. We have a well-equipped laboratory with advanced diagnostic and treatment devices to help detect your illness so we know the right medication to be given. At Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital, we are proud manufacturers of our own herbal medication. Our zeal and passion to save lives with our patients at heart and outstanding achievements since 1996 has won us several awards. That is why we say, go herbal, go Amen. We are located everywhere in all the regions. Amen Scientific Herbal and Alternative Medical Hospital. Allahu Shafi, God is the He.
December is coming now, so be sure one was super rough. So here is your chance to win some moolah in the Game Pack Games moolah for December promo in the easiest lottery to play and win in Ghana.
Annual and no one Papa Game Pack Akano. Just take at least 10 Ghana cedis in the Game Pack, pick 1 or pick 4 lottery for a chance to win concert tickets, free shopping vouchers worth 500 Ghana cedis to clear the shelves of Malcolm or to buy Akukona Markets here at KFC.
Everybody can win!
So stake 10 Ghana cedis or more today and get your moolah for December. Terms and conditions apply.
Game Pack Games, more moolah, more power. We are back bringing you the latest lineup from Betway. Betway starts strong with their front two with Free Play Friday and Swipe Bet. In the middle, you've got all the control with Cash Out and Build a Bet. Plus, with Win Boost, you can boost your sports bet. At the back, they have Smart Picks and the partial daily jackpot. You always get way more with Betway. As you can see.
This advert has been vetted and approved by
Oh my goodness. You're welcome back to the program. I dare not repeat it. I just won't repeat it. But, well, let me just remind you that Game Pack Limited is also reminding you about wealth. If you want to make more wealth and become a tycoon. You want to remember who's got the mullah, got the power. Ghana's newest lottery game draws on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick your phones and tablets and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also pay on our website www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. So just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9, and it's easy to play and easy to win. It says actually, make we play this game and make some moolah. That's cash. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more moolah, more power, and it says that it's not for persons under age 18, and you have to play responsibly. Also, Kel Charcoal toothpaste is also available on the market, and it's used from pounded pinnacle of plantain, that's bodietri, mixed with charcoal. And charcoal has essential medicinal properties and helps remove toxins from our bodies as well. So the natural absorptive property of charcoal helps to remove the bacteria that produces bad breath in the mouth, hence giving you a fresh breath. So Kel Charcoal toothpaste will do this job for you. If you have a bad mouth odor, try that and give me the feedback later. It has been formulated and produced under strict hygienic conditions and with all necessary production protocols that has been approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. Kel Charcoal toothpaste also gives you fresh breath with white teeth, reduces dental plaque, makes gum healthy and strong, prevents cavity and upset stomach, hangover, and so on. So Kel Charcoal toothpaste is recommended for adults from children, adults and children from 6 years and above. You know, some of you use certain type of toothpaste and then after that you feel nauseous, sort of. So use Kel Charcoal, it will prevent that. Now, Angel Cola also is made available on the market, some various flavors for you to have in your home. Angel Orange, Angel Mango, Angel Peach, and Angel Lime is available for you, and it's for something refreshing and your events as well. It is for everybody, including children. Angel is produced by Adonko Soft Drinks Limited. Call them on 0244 832286 and 050 7878 right. So let's get into, I'm still in the studio with the Honorable Member of Parliament Sohini and also Honorable Member of Parliament Sylvester Mensah in the studio. Thank you. Sorry, Sylvester Tete. Changing your name.
Don't let me say something.
Sylvester Mensah.
But he was also a member of Parliament before.
I know, but I know I'll talk to you about it after.
Oh, it's just a slip of mouth. Hey, this one you are talking to me later.
Easy.
He doesn't want that comparison.
Oh, anyway, Sylvester Mensah, good morning to you.
Yeah, he also celebrated.
Happy New Year to you.
Yes, he also celebrated his 60th birthday.
Recently. He's a good friend.
60 years.
Yeah, you see, he doesn't look it.
He doesn't look it.
I told him that we have to investigate his age.
Yeah. 60 years?
Yeah, 60.
I think he's a small boy. He's not a small boy.
I didn't say he's a small boy now.
And
it was beautiful.
But
and the love that he was shown, you know, also is a testimony of how he has also impacted wherever he has been.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful ceremony too. I was there. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Congratulations. This one is not happy with us. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Wow. 60. Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe it's good I slipped to mention his name. I didn't know he celebrated his birthday. So Sylvester Tete, thank you.
Thank you.
For prompting me.
Happy belated birthday to Sylvester Mensah.
Wow, 60 years. That's a surprise. Anyway, so we had a lot going on 2020. We went to the IMF, 2023. We went to IMF for money. A lot happened in Parliament, minority making major changes, the economy. We saw pensioners crying on the streets. A lot happened, and we are trying to make it maybe better this year. The last year of the current administration before maybe the next one is elected into office. But like I said, some leaders have already started talking really tough, you know, just at the beginning of the year. One person that it makes so much influence in this country is a former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Afarijan, has made comments about the election, and I think one headline says that Council of State is now like an honorific institution without power. Do you know when you say someone has anorexia? Do you know what it is? You can Google. You just Google, and Google anorexia patient. You will see what he was trying to say. Then Afarijan again, he says that we've become poorer due to pervasive public corruption. We've become poorer due to public pervasive corruption. He also says that broad daylight vote buying, selling, a shameful spectacle. So he's gone all out with, you know, managing the decisions or talking about the decisions of president. You know, the state, the Council of State, they help the president to make decisions, and then he's gone also on the path of talking about election that's coming up. So I don't know how we can really solve the problem. Every time we talk about vote buying, I'm not sure what we can do to solve it. I think before the year ended, the SP or the OSP said that he was going to investigate all these allegations that have come up. We're not sure how far he'll go. We'll follow up with him on that one. And so, now still on elections, we have the NDC also talking tough a bit. NDC vows to secure justice for 8 killed during election 2020 polls if it wins power. We had Mahama wants to congratulate you. Asinin Ketia urges Akufo-Addo to focus on prosecuting perpetrators of electoral violence. And then Eugene Ahe also happened to have, responded to the allegations that Nana Addo did not speak on the death that we saw in election 2020. So he said, your claim to Akufo-Addo hasn't condemned 2020 deaths false. Eugene Ahe, your claim that Akufo-Addo hadn't condemned 2020 deaths false. So we actually sought to also have the video of when His Excellency Nana Addo did a condemnation. I think it's there, but I don't know if I can play with time. He actually condemned it when he was giving his first victory speech in the Nima House. He spoke about that. So Eugene Ahe sought to say that it's not true that Nana Addo has not condemned, the election. And then I think the last spectacle that we also have been introduced with in this year is the Pan-Africanist movements that were trying to do something in the at the Independence Square, and it was stopped. And I think all the powerful persons that were invited were a little disappointed. So you see that from the beginning of the program, we're playing some videos of Patrick Lumumba, Peter Obi, they were all here to help with the program. I think with Cheddar, he organized it, and it was a fiasco. So, okay, so those are some of the videos that we saw. So that's how we've been introduced into year 2024, but I'm sure, trust me, it's going to continue like that. A lot's happening already, but let's see how it goes. So, I'll start off with you. With what we saw in 2024 and 2023 and how 2024 has started.
Well, maybe let me thank Efua, the one who engaged in the Singathon.
Oh.
And Phyla. The one currently doing the cooking. And she's clocked 200 hours.
Please, nobody can beat her to it again. It's done.
And she's still going strong.
It's just done.
And we wish her the very best of luck. And I'm thanking them because in the last couple of weeks, they helped many people to insulate themselves from the mess that we were all experiencing under this government. We talked about the IMF, talked about the haircuts and the scandals that gave BP to people on a daily basis. But for the Singathon and Cookathon, a lot of people would have been served more of these annoying, behavior of people in authority. And I have said it repeatedly that sometimes the abysmal failure of this government is not even as provocative as the arrogance that accompanied that failure. The attitude of know it all, as if we owe them some gratitude for messing our lives up. And I can just imagine how many people have been grateful for the diversion of attention to some of these things that Phyla and if we're engaged in. But yes, we cannot continue to ignore the challenges that face us, especially when we have all been talking and praying about, 2024. A lot of people have actually disengaged and have only been waiting for the opportunity to cast their ballots. I mean, you speak to people these days as an NDC member. I've experienced it many times, and I know many other people have. You go to public places, the marketplaces, you meet people, and they actually threaten you as an NDC so-called leader that if you guys don't know and allow these people to win the elections again, they will deal with you. I mean, and you are wondering if you as an individual or just you as party leaders can ensure that the number of votes that we require to be declared winners is guaranteed. But it tells you the frustration.
But your calculation of your votes must be guaranteed. We've had problems with you unable
I'm getting there.
to collate
I'm saying that sometimes when you push further, then you understand where they are coming from. Why they are saying that if you make a mistake. Because it's as if for them, they have made up their minds. They cannot wait to cast the ballot against this, very arrogant, very selfish, and non-performing government. But they want the assurance that their ballots will be protected, their ballots will count, and their ballots that they will cast in the favor of the NDC will actually lead to the change that is expected. And so, when you hear people like Afarijan talk about the image of the Electoral Commission and how certain decisions have hampered that image over the years, you tend to understand why people have apprehensions about whether or not their votes will matter and will be protected. But why should we come to that? Why should we get to a position where we are uncertain about what happens to our votes when we cast those votes? Yes, you can blame the NDC for, if you like, some dereliction of duty in the past when it came to issues relating to collation and all of that. But constitutionally, it is the mandate of an independent agency, the Electoral Commission, to compile results that is seen and accepted as a credible results. And they do so not for the NDC, not for the MPP, and whether the NPP or the NDC keeps them in check or not. They are supposed to come out with results that is accepted as a credible result. But when you get to a position where a large number of people are beginning to put the responsibility of checking the Electoral Commission on the NDC, it tells you that the Electoral Commission has failed. It tells you that their image, their reputation has been so badly, stained that they now need an opposition party's results for people to have confidence that indeed they have compiled credible results. I mean, you have a president who, after the last general election, makes reference to 9 people who were gunned down, killed by men in uniform. And the reference he makes to them, he described those deaths as few deaths. I've been speaking about this since 2020, but it seems that a lot of people have not really come to terms.
He said isolated cases.
I'm not even talking about the full sentence. He said few deaths. He described the death of 9 people as few. He have said that if his daughter was part of the 9. One death is enough. Especially so when in the Fourth Republic, we have never experienced any loss of lives during elections in that manner. Never. And then imagine the irony. A president who is touted as a human rights lawyer. A president who declares a Constitution Day to celebrate the Fourth Republic. Has his victory stained by the death of 9 people. And his only reference to that, or in his only reference to that, he describes it as few, as if to say that he expected more to have died. And that is what it means. I've been talking about this since 2020. That he referred to these deaths as few deaths. And yet, he expects to be congratulated for that blood-stained victory. I am happy that General Mosquito has responded to him. He said that we will not dignify that blood-stained victory. Blood-stained victory that he glorifies. And in his view...
How did he glorify that?
He says few deaths, as if to suggest that he expected more to die.
But that's not glorification.
No, but that is what it means, Annie. 9 people die in an election, and you refer to it as few deaths. So what we are saying is that you wouldn't even mind if more died for you to become president, to be elected.
Not necessarily.
But that's what... That is another interpretation of it. You can't dismiss that. And I'm entitled, anyone is entitled to have that interpretation. So I'm saying that the Electoral Commission, for example, came out to say that they were not responsible for security at the polling stations, which is right. But the man responsible for security, the commander-in-chief, described those deaths as few. So for him, nothing at stake. Yet he says we should celebrate the democracy, the Fourth Republic that has endured over the years. He's become a living threat to that democracy with his pliant Electoral Commission. Honey, you have an Electoral Commission that in the last election declared the results more than 3 times. They changed the results that they declared on 3 different occasions. But for the patience, the tolerance of the Ghanaian people. Can you imagine if we were in another African country? The possibilities. Can you imagine? Electoral Commission declaring and changing results that they declare than 3 times. And instead of working to improve the image of the Electoral Commission, you have the commissioner acting as if she is the best thing that have ever happened to our democracy. Morale at the Electoral Commission today is at an all-time low. And I have visited not less than 10 district offices of the Electoral Commission, especially during the last limited registration exercise. And I tell you that morale at the Electoral Commission is at an all-time low. Officers are not even given enough, funds to, in some cases, purchase power to keep the lights on at some of their offices.
Oh.
I am telling you this. Put your ears on the ground. Go out there with your cameras. And you may not have the bold one speaking, but your investigation will unravel what I'm telling you. When we were doing the last limited registration exercise, against advice from the officers at the Electoral Commission, it was centralized at the district offices. You know why? Simply because this new leadership of the Electoral Commission have installed a software. They have some internet connectivity issues, and they have centralized some of, I don't want to go into the details of it, and they have centralized some of these things at the district offices. And so for them, it is not about the convenience of the voter. It is about the convenience of what they want to achieve, and only they know what they want to achieve. And whether what they want to achieve is constitutional or not, they don't care, because the Constitution and the Constitution on voting gives a lot of prominence to the voter and how to make voting accessible, registration accessible. But in this case, the Electoral Commission is so concerned about whatever target they have set for themselves that they will centralize the registration at the district offices, because that is where they have installed some, gadgets that can, if you like, ensure that they have a credible register, so to speak. If that disadvantages the potential voter, they don't care.
Okay.
But the Electoral Commission, in the words of the Constitution, is to facilitate the voter to participate in the general elections. They are not concerned about solving the low morale at the offices. They do not care about the welfare of the potential voter. They are introducing models that are not impacting positively on the image of the Electoral Commission. For example, when she came up with the proposal that voting could end around 3 p.m. Honey, the proposal came around the time we're doing the, the District Assembly elections, right?
Yeah.
I'll share with you a report from some of the electoral areas that could not have their elections end successfully, during the District Assembly elections. And in many, many instances, voting ended after 12 midnight. In fact, in my constituency, one of the electoral areas, the Kula Balai electoral area, voting ended at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Not because, 4 a.m. the next day.
The next day.
That's what I mean. 4 a.m. the next day. Not because the voters were not there, but because of just the inefficiency
of what?
Of the Electoral Commission. DVD machines, faulty. Materials arriving late. And that is not an isolated one.
I was actually going to say that, well, if you have isolated cases, you can address them as such.
I'm telling you that they are not resolving the concrete challenges that the EC are faced with. They are rather, high on some crazy ideas that you do not know, you are unable to tell which interest they want to serve. Look, in Pandai, a place known as Balai West, Oyombo, there was confusion there. Electoral officers and election materials had to be taken over by the people because of, materials arriving late and the officials not being up to the tax, and voting was disrupted in that area. I mean, and it goes on. You have in Sandarugo, now the number no, I have all the report here. I'll share it with you. But I'm just telling you that in many of these areas, voting went past 12 midnight across the country. Yet, when she speaks about how she's going to close voting at 3 p.m., you wonder what work she does on the ground to resolve challenges that lead to some of these outcomes that we had during the district assembly elections. Remember, the stakes are not as high when it comes to district assembly elections compared to general elections. And yet, even with the district assembly elections, voting in many areas could not end at even 6 p.m. It went beyond 12. Then you have the issue of indelible ink. I mean, where you have a situation where BVD machines are still breaking down, you are unable to verify people who have voted. The only surest way of identifying someone who has voted before or who has voted already is the indelible ink. And whose interest does it serve? Why? Is it because of the Q-test you put on her fingernails? And so she doesn't want people who do the Q-test to have their nails stained by the indelible ink, or what at all? Or is it too expensive?
If you have polish on, the indelible ink doesn't affect your nail. It affects the skin part.
Thank you for the education, but I don't understand what this decision not to use the indelible ink serves. I mean, what interest it serves.
Okay,
I can't understand.
Let me get to Sly. So, like I said, a lot of issues came up. I think one of the things that also shocked me a bit was how the Council of State, and well, Dr. Farijan has said something about the Council of State, but how they responded to when Apia Hene was appointed. And I think persons sent letters to the Council of State that you have to solve this problem, that you can't have a known partisan person appointed at the office of the Electoral Commission. That would create a bit of discomfort during elections. And the Council of State's response was quite, I don't know.
What was the response?
I'll pull up the letter, but I think.
Well, I think
to me, it wasn't
important.
encouraging.
Annie, I think that yes, I mean you could have your own opinion on matters of this nature, but again, let me say that how my colleague brother went about this whole thing, I'm not surprised. The NDC as a party, anytime there is election, and they are not in government, they single out institutions that has the mandate for attacks and set the tone to as it were, reject the outcome of the elections. And it's been typical of doing that. From time immemorial, anytime the NDC is not in power, then every other institution in this country should be bastardized. And they see, and we can all see defeat ahead of them. So I'm not surprised. So let them continue to bastardize the institutions of state. We all live in this country. Whilst we are talking about the issues, they should go on the frolic of their own, attacking the institutions of state, and the elections will come. They've done that one too many times. And this time, Ghanaians are reading in between the lines that any time they are not in power, then any other institution should be bastardized. Look.
Do you want me to read your letter, the Council of State?
I'll come to that. Now you can read that before.
No, you go ahead.
Yes.
When you're ready.
So, Annie, he's made it clear that the mandate of the EC is to present or preside over credible, free, fair, transparent elections. And look who is speaking today. Dr. Afarijan, it's quite laughable. He's talking about having regional coalitions as grounds for electoral malpractice. He's forgotten in his testimony in chief at the Supreme Court in the 2012 electoral petition. He made it clear that elections are not won at the regional office or the national office, rather at the polling stations. And it's been his advice to the NDC. So why now he's saying that the electoral results that are transmitted from regional offices become the basis for electoral malpractice or rigging of elections? We've had this process. Sorry? We've had these processes over time. So I don't know what he's talking about. But look, it is not for nothing that the political parties themselves are to have agents even at the polling center. To the extent that at the point of printing the ballot papers, you have your agent to follow through the process as it were. Now, you go into an elections and results are declared. You have a problem with the arbiter that these results that you declared are not credible, are not accurate. And we will not accept it, we will not recognize the results that you have churned out. Annie, how do you challenge it? You can only challenge that results on the basis of a pink sheet or whatever sheet it is and your own collation. I am not surprised that their own party...
Be careful with the word you're using. Sheet.
I don't want to repeat what you said. So, your own party people, they've gone to queue, struggled, voted, and you cannot account for them. The institution you expect, they have put out their numbers there. If you doubt the numbers, where are your numbers? So I'm not surprised that their own party foot soldiers, when they went to court, that the election results cannot be accepted. They are rejecting the results, and that Nana Akufo-Addo had not been validly elected. Then the court asked them, what figures do you have to contradict what the EC has put out there? After that, they told us it was a morale booster for their party foot soldiers. This is so shameful and the height of most incompetence that one can describe as a political party. So they are setting the tone. Thank God. And it's good you are telling your followers that you don't have a responsibility to even ascertain the numbers from polling station nationwide.
That's not what he said.
I know, but I'm inferring.
Said constitutionally is a responsibility of the EC.
Fantastic.
That is right.
So if constitutionally, we all know, we all accept that, then why do you put your agent there? You shouldn't have put agent anywhere. Constitutionally, you trust the EC.
The agents are not there to serve Ghana. They are there to serve the party.
The party. So in this case,
the one serving Ghana is the Electoral Commission.
Yes. So if the Electoral Commission,
integrity must be above board.
Please. Who is impugning the integrity of the EC? It is you.
Well-meaning Ghanaians. The research has shown that.
What do you mean?
The research has shown that the image of the commission has come down.
So you go to court. Well-meaning Ghanaians, so to speak. You've elected to represent them in court because whatever they are saying, that the credibility of the election is in doubt. Because the numbers that suggest that His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo has been validly elected is in doubt. Then you go to court and say that, I don't trust your integrity. Therefore, the numbers you put out there are not credible. What other numbers do you have to contradict?
The 4 times changes of the Electoral Commission's results, was it inconsistency with the MPP's results?
Where is it?
No, I'm asking.
Go to the gazetted numbers.
Hold on.
They're challenging the numbers that were gazetted. What are they talking about? I haven't seen the numbers they are disputing. So what other numbers do they have? What are they talking about? So the point I'm making is that, look, in my constituency, and I've seen people go to court, in the celebrated case of George Amu and Rebecca Adrote in Ayawaso West Wagon, we produced numbers to contradict the EC's results, and the court upheld it. You don't go to court in a vacuum and say that is a morale booster for your party followers. Is that not the reasons they've given us after 1 year of that wild goose chase at the Supreme Court? So please, we are going for another election. You don't set the tone to discredit the EC and think that they will declare you victors in the coming elections. You work for it. He's a member of parliament, not once, not twice. Obviously, his police his process throughout. I'm not saying that for the fact that if they are in power, even when they are in power, and it is only when they are in power they can trust the integrity and sanctity of the Electoral Commission, he still put out agents there. And don't agents bring him pink sheet or the numbers they get from the polling stations. It is only when they are in power that the sanctity and integrity of the EC will not be in doubt. Even at that stage, they put agents there. But if you fail woefully to collect your own results to contradict whatever results the EC put out there, then you come and sit here and say, Constitution, yes, we all agree. Why do you have your agent accredited to even supervise what they are doing there? So these things give a dog a bad name and hang it. We must stop it.
Because you also have a responsibility of monitoring whatever is being put out.
Exactly. I'm for electoral reforms. And the MPP over time had always been at the forefront of championing electoral reforms. So I'm with them. Today, I haven't seen the reasons for UC saying that we must not do with the indelible inks.
The reason, yeah.
I want to know the reason. Look, if, in 2012, when we fought for verification, no verification, no vote, the EC adopted it. During the elections, it came out that where, apart from the verification, you can also do manual verification, where the face and everything is in that the machine could not pick. There are instances that people could do manual verification and have them cast their vote.
How is that done?
Of course, there are other means of verification, not only biometric verification. There was a process like that. If our verification system is proven beyond reasonable doubt that once I cast my vote, anywhere else I go and I've been verified, the machine will reject it, obviously. But there are allegations of people voting from one polling station and go to the other polling station within the precinct of the constituency or the electoral area. What does it cost you to put your hand in indelible ink? I want to know the argument. I haven't seen what the EC's reasons are. And we've been very comfortable with this process of verification. For me, as a politician, it even helps me. When the election is ongoing and I go to homes and call people to go and vote, I can only identify who has voted or not. So it satisfies me as a politician. It helps me.
And maybe in my field, graphically.
Yes.
Graphically, it paints a certain picture, and I'm sure Sohini will understand as a journalist. You don't need to write words. You just need to take a picture and post, showing or indicating
exactly. So like I'm
saying, your vote.
For my selfish interest as a politician, because whilst we vote, we go to homes and call people to go and vote, go out to vote. Okay? So if I go, I'm going to cast my vote, let me see. It indicates that you've really cast your vote. For me, it helps me. So I want to know an argument against the usage of the indelible ink. I'm with you on that page. So it is not to suggest, because I'm not sure. They will dip they will look at you, you are NDC, they will dip your hand, you are not NPP, they will not dip your hand. It affects all of us. So electoral reforms, it's not to support any one particular part. That is why we as actors in this particular exercise, we all have to speak our mind. But we must be careful not to bastardize the EC to the extent that we think, look, he talks about the low morale at the EC. What is he talking about? Has the EC told you the request they made to Parliament or their budget required for these elections have not been paid?
I'm sorry, listen to this on Graphic Online. The Electoral Commission, that is why the Electoral Commission is abandoning the use of indelible ink for elections. The Electoral Commission has declared that the indelible ink will no longer be required in the upcoming district assembly elections, subsequent polls. Indelible ink is semi-permanent dye traditionally applied to voter fingers to signify the exercise of the franchise and prevent instances of double voting is being replaced. The EC chair announced the decision at the press conference ahead of the December 19 district assembly elections, and she explained that the move is part of the Commission's effort to enhance the electoral process and establish a robust identification system. Madam Mensah stated that, quote, the issue of indelible ink, the question is, when we were not doing biometric, we were basically using your face, your card. We look at your face and we say, this picture looks like you. That was funny. So she emphasized that the adoption of the biometric technology has made it's challenging for individuals to vote more than once. So once a voter has been verified and casts their votes, the system registers the information, preventing any attempts and double voting. So it's like double verification, and she's trying to do away with one.
This one, it only enhances it. It takes away nothing. Unless, of course, it's a matter of cost. But without a matter of cost, I think that we love it. With the political parties, we love it. Like somebody said, we saw it, seen it, and we love it. This one, me, I love it. So, Jane, I mean, he has a compelling argument that, look, if I vote here, let me travel to any polling station. The moment you get there without indelible ink, once you mention your name, assuming you succeeded in having multiple registration, you can only vote at 1 or 2 polling stations unless your name is on the roll at those places. So if you go there and you had already voted, the machine will fix you out. That's exactly his point she's making. So I agree with that. It enhances, but we are saying that me, where I sit, it will help me for my voter identification, those who had voted or not. Okay, so me, on that note, I love it. So for me, but again, the morale of the EC staff, that is, they visited the office, the morale is low. I wonder if any staff of the EC are not being paid his salaries. I wonder if any staff of the Electoral Commission had not been paid his or her salary at the end of the month. Or what the EC need to work, they should tell us. Because their budgets were presented to Parliament and all that. Whether whatever they need to undertake their work had been provided or not, then that you can talk about the morale of the staff being low. This issue of people yearning for change and all that, the polls we talk about. I remember the kind of argument we had in the last elections. People thought that that was it. What happened? So we don't own the people of this country who vote. We only tell them our messages and plead with them, and they decide where their vote should go. And we as politicians, we have no choice than to abide by it. But if you think you bastardize state institutions for political expediency, then I'm afraid we are not doing ourselves any good. But anytime we think there's a need to improve our electoral system, it is welcome. And we've collaborated as political parties over time to improve the electoral processes by way of reforms. We came from the opaque ballot system. We came from no picture identification. We came from so many processes. Now we are here.
But you know,
it is the same issue. So again, let me come to collating of results.
Before collating of results, let me ask you questions of the credibility.
Yes.
It is the Electoral Commission that created the problem of SAL. You remember?
The Electoral Commission that created the problem of SAL. So what has that got to do with the credibility of
elections? It is also the Electoral Commission that, you know, gave out results and made changes several times.
Like?
It is the Electoral Commission.
No, please don't go.
The results
which
of
results?
Election 2020.
I haven't seen that. There's been a gazetted results of the EC.
I'm saying that before the gazetted of the EC, there were changes.
Where are the changes? They should have where are the changes? They should have produced the changes.
You didn't see on the Electoral Commission even its page, on its own Facebook page, with the releases that they were giving back to back.
I thought these would have been a very good evidence in court. It is not what you
for the NDC to
petition.
Produce.
Yes, they are alleging to this.
No, I am asking the question of credibility.
The NDC requested that the court should allow the Electoral Commissioner to get into the
I'm just saying that the Electoral Commission.
Because you are going to court to litigate.
It was at
you must show documents you are relying on.
Explain to us.
Explain to what you don't
declare the result.
He who alleges must prove it. He who alleges must prove it. You are going to make an allegation.
No,
when we went to court in 2013, we went to court with documentation. That is why you have 4
that's fine.
out
that's fine.
of the judges of the Supreme Court agreeing with us.
Hold on, the changes of the results are not allegations.
Annie, what are you talking about?
It is the Electoral Commission that made changes.
I want you to produce the numbers. It changed from here to here without basis. Bring them.
Oh.
Bring them. I mean, it's not what you say. It's about the
it is not what I am saying. It's about what the EC did.
Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence?
So you don't have evidence.
I don't have it.
Of the Electoral Commission
I don't have
making changes of results. Okay.
Bring them.
You let's go on. I'm just saying that.
Please.
I'm just saying that some of the activities that Electoral Commission some of the activities the Electoral Commission itself has engaged itself in creates a problem of
what problem?
Credibility.
What are you talking about?
You will let people now have doubts in their head.
Assuming without admitting, look, in announcing presidential results, okay, we have a number of constituencies in this country. Look, going to time, in 2008. Dr. Afarijan announced the results because they said that if you give all the vote in time to the MPP candidate, then it won't change the fortunes of the elections. So what you have at that time, obviously, is what the EC will announce the results with. Okay? Or you have announced maybe 250,000. They keep putting the numbers out there. What is gazetted is official records of the EC. That's what we are going to deal with. So for me, if the credibility of the EC is an institution, a human institution, from the days of Afarijan, when he presided over the EC for a very long time, there's been many proposals for electoral reforms. I'm not saying where we are today will be there for the rest of our lives. You must produce or propose tangible things that we all agree with you, that these are reforms that will help our electoral process. You don't bastardize it because you think that it did not favor you for that reason. Bring cogent results, analysis that suggests that when we do this, all of us will be comfortable with the process. Look, I'm here. Maybe somebody from the NDC may even agree to not use of indelible ink on there. But I'm saying that to me, it is better if it is going to even enhance what a robust system that we have. I don't know how much the indelible ink costs so much that we want to take it away. Nobody is complaining. I want it to be there. That is fine. So for me, when we always want to give a dog a bad name and hang it, we are not doing ourselves any good. And this is Ghana's Electoral Commission. I'm not talking about Jane today. I'm talking about the Electoral Commission that has presided over many public elections in this country, acclaimed globally. It cannot be credible Electoral Commission when NDC is in power. When they are out of power, then it's not credible Electoral Commission. That system must stop in this country. And it's not fair.
But when you were in opposition, we didn't have a credible Electoral Commission.
We proposed reforms.
When you were in opposition.
We proposed reforms. Anytime we are in opposition, we propose reforms. And that reforms, most often than not,
to remove the former EC.
It was the MPP who did that. Oh. What are you talking about? It was the MPP who did that. It was the MPP who did that.
Sly.
What are you talking about, Annie?
Who did it?
The MPP.
It was government.
It was done at MPP.
So it was government.
What are you talking about?
So it was government.
It was the MPP. What are you
talking about? Who removed the EC?
The laws of this country.
The law removed. Okay.
Annie. The laws of this country removed.
Okay.
A petition.
There are two things you are challenging me for. One is on the changes of electoral results. The other is on the Council of State.
I asked you. I didn't know the reason. I want the reason.
I'm going to send you
the
releases.
Please, I want them. I asked you for it. Yes. I didn't know. I told you I did not know the response
of the Council of State.
So I did not challenge you on that one. Please.
Annie, you see, Madam Jane Mensah, in her declaration of the results in 2020, gave a figure of 13,434,574 as a total valid vote cast, while the one captured on the EC's official document that was released was 13,121,101.
Come again, please. I didn't get that.
So in her declaration, when she met the media, she captured total valid votes as 13,434,574. But the statement that the EC issued on its letterhead captured total valid votes as 13,121,111. Short with about 300 and something votes. Now, when she declared the results, she said Nana Akufo-Addo had 51.595% of the total valid votes cast. But the official EC document gave Nana Akufo-Addo 51.295%. Are you getting the inconsistencies?
So you went to court.
So I thought you said you didn't know about this. No, so you don't know. Let me give you the information.
The EC and I'm telling gazetted results. Put that one out there.
And I'm telling you, I am telling you.
It's very easy. Just Google, you'll find it.
And I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Or you are saying that why didn't they go to court with the figures?
Look, when this matter came out, they issued a statement. They released another press statement in which they now revised the total number of valid votes cast from the 13,434,574 to 13,119,460. I mean,
Yeah.
Four different figures. And so when you say that we went to
send
court,
that to you?
and that is why, Annie.
You're not getting my point.
That is why, Annie, I'm saying that people didn't understand the gravamen of the case that the NDC took to court. Look, the day the Supreme Court, I'm saying
these. Well, I mean, we all have these figures.
Yes, I'm saying that the day the Supreme Court disallowed the returning officer, in this case, Jen Mensah, to answer to some of these questions, some of us came to the conclusion that justice was not going to be served. Because that is why, look, that is why we are arguing about these figures today.
But you jumped the gun.
I'm saying that is why today we don't know what went into the production of these figures. You and I don't know. Only Madam Jane Mensah knows and her staff. But perhaps if she had gone into if she had gone into the box, these questions would have been put to her, and maybe would have all been better educated as to what went wrong, resulting in these changes. And maybe we would have all been clear in our mind, and perhaps it would have even helped the image of the Electoral Commission. But Slide talks about...
You made your own legal deductions when she was disallowed to go into the box.
I said personally, some of us felt that justice was not going to say.
Judgmental, you judged the case ahead of the judgment.
Yes, because you see, I'm speaking for myself, sorry. I'm speaking for myself. And I'm saying that, Annie, the day she was disallowed from entering the box to get questioned by these things, I felt that justice was going to be denied. Because as of today, I am unaware of why the figures changed the way they did. And you can't blame me for being ignorant.
Did you compare them to your figures?
You see, that is why I started by saying that consider me an ordinary Ghanaian who has no interest in NDC or MPP.
You are representing a
party. I'm saying that.
No, I will not consider you.
I understand that, Annie. But I'm saying that you must know that the duty of responsibility
and they've discharged that.
You with the Electoral Commission.
On what basis are you discharging?
Now, in discharging that duty, they give you 3 different results.
So what are your results?
Successively.
You couldn't
it is important that they are given the opportunity to explain to you how come and to, set your mind free of any possible manipulation. But that was not done.
So if I even see you or recognize you here as an ordinary person and I want to address the NDC, I'm not addressing you, but the NDC.
But I'm NDC.
That's fine.
I'm just making the point.
I'm learning from you. I'm saying that. So I'm seeing you as ordinary now, and I'm questioning the NDC. I support NDC. I'm in opposition. So I want to see how the NDC had its figures, with or without her in the box. It would have been easy for you to say that, well, this is what we collated from the beginning. If there was any mistake, margin of error, you can state it. But it looks like comparing it to the changes she made,
Annie, I mean,
we don't understand. That probably would have reason or giving a reason to force her into a box. You never know.
Annie.
But you didn't produce anything.
Annie.
Supporters were lost.
Annie.
And
you are litigating. You are litigating, or you are beating a dead horse.
And this is
a matter. This is a matter that has been discussed already, and it has been the facts about it have all been put forward. But I'm saying that in relation to that particular court case, the focus, in my view, should not be too much on the weaknesses of the NDC. The focus should be too much. The focus should be more.
Admit your weaknesses.
Yes, the weaknesses are there. That's why I said you are beating a dead horse. The weaknesses are there. But I'm saying that the focus of the court case should have been justice served to the ordinary Ghanaian who queues to vote, and not the NDC who may have, shirked a duty or responsibility in compiling results.
I get you.
I'm making sense. I'm saying that focus should have been about providing and serving justice to the ordinary person who queues to vote, and not the NDC or the MPP who shirks responsibility when it comes to compiling results.
But neither of the party can shirk responsibility. They
shouldn't. It is irresponsible.
Yes, you can't.
It's irresponsible.
Then you can challenge the institution that's making...
It's irresponsible for any of the parties to shirk that responsibility. But that should not also prevent the ordinary Ghanaian who queues to vote the justice that he deserves. When it comes to the responsibility, when it comes to the responsibility that the ordinary Ghanaian is owed by the Electoral Commission. Now on the voter reforms. I mean, you had your time. Let me just.
No, but I'm not too sure you were rebutting.
I'm down rebutting. Are you not rebutting? Let me also. He talks about. Please, let me also talk about the NDC. The NDC always attacking state institutions, and I'm shocked that he is the one saying so. I am shocked. You are. In fact, you gave him that example of the reforms. One of the reforms that they propose in opposition, the removal of Charlotte.
Please,
those were one of the reforms that they proposed.
Can you imagine that?
And they have actually
can you imagine that? Can you imagine?
Do you understand?
Look at what was
let my vote count. You remember him with the let my vote count.
Reforms if are taken in this country, it came from the
when he talks about reforms, and when he talks about reforms, that have taken place, I will want to place it on record here.
What are you talking about?
That every reform that have been undertaken at the Electoral Commission has been, I mean, especially the most endearing ones, have been under a listening and a listening government that after the debates, even when they disagree with the proposals of the opposition, still provides a budget for it. Wait a minute. It is significant because in this case, you have even the opposition chased out of what do you call it? The Electoral Commission, the platform. When they go for the meetings, iPad. When they go for meetings, and even the chairman of the opposition laughs, is a problem. Not alone to make proposals. And when they make proposals, the proposals are rejected. I'm saying that, but when you have a government that is truly democratic, that respects the views of the opposition, when the opposition makes suggestions, and even the government opposes those suggestions, they still provide a budget for the Electoral Commission to incorporate it. That is significant. And he talks about regional coalition and he says Afarijan shouldn't be speaking about it. Look, one of the reasons why our elections have been very, transparent and manipulative free, if there's a phrase like that, is because there is little interference in the transmission. So you go to the coalition center, the polling station. The results are declared. From the polling station, you move to the coalition center. From the coalition center, it usually goes straight. So there's little human interference. But when you introduce more human interference, you cannot rule out manipulation. And that's the point the former Electoral Commissioner is making. That as much as possible, limit the stoppages. Because every time figures stop, you cannot guarantee that they will. It's just like transmission of information.
It's obvious. It's obvious that the NDC is setting the stage to reject the elections in 2024. But I can promise them, Ghanaians' vote will be protected. The MPP will protect and account for each one of the votes that we get from the polling station to the national coalition. They should continue sleeping and accuse everybody in this country. I promise them. For us in the MPP, even in 2000 when they were in government, by 4 a.m. we knew the numbers we had and there's nothing they could have done about it. So if the NDC are going to sleep, we trust the EC. We'll continue to propose reforms. Look, we are talking about 500 per polling station on voting day. If the EC is proposing 3 o'clock, if you start voting by 8 o'clock, 500 people in queue, you would have finished voting.
That's right.
But if you're in the queue at 3 p.m., you will still continue to vote.
He also saw you at the program.
My good brother, it's been so long.
Yes, it's confirmed. Collins Aduma Comensa says, greetings to Sly. Let him know that we will be back in the 9th Parliament, inshallah. If I had the opportunity and to speak, I would eulogize Dr. Randy Abbey. Collins, thank you so much for that. Robert Coleman, Wembley Sports Complex, good morning to you. Randy's relentless pursuit of truth has left an indelible mark, shining a light on crucial issues and fostering informed discussions. His dedication to unbiased reporting has enriched public discourse and empowered communities. I have followed the GMG show for 19 years, and I suggest you plan a homecoming for all panelists. Happy birthday to Dr. Randy, and good morning, Ghana as well. All right, thank you. Happy birthday, Manche Bruce, the second Takra de Manche. Thank you so much for that encouragement. I think we'll try and do a homecoming for GMG. Annie, welcome and Happy New Year to you and the panelists. Belated happy birthday to Dr. Randy Abbey Alhaji from Ashaman Centered in. Derek Abbey, good morning to you. That's the brother to Dr. Randy Abbey. Good morning to you. Let me take a break. Oh, I don't have Trent, right? Okay. So I think that's where time will allow me here. But Chumbuafo is saying good morning to you.
Oh, happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. He said, please ask Clyde to stop bellowing and tell us what the now Minister of Communications said about Madame Charlotte say after she was appointed EC chair. Please tell him to be specific. Okay, all right.
You know,
so what's a way of opening the year?
I just want to assure Sly that inshallah
you will come back to Parliament
by December 8th
you now know your
of this year. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be calling to congratulate His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, because the NDC would have been miles ahead, and the remaining votes, inshallah, even if they were added, that's when you know that this is an overwhelming victory.
And you're welcome.
I assure you, once beaten, twice shy.
Thank you for coming. And yeah, we're back tomorrow. We'll go morning, Ghana.
You'll be gentle to
So many styles to choose, but there's only one sure way to pay. Momo? Yes. Oh yes. Got a payment to make? Just Momo it.